Lessons from 2 years of intensive Magic the Gathering coaching, something I've been doing since the end of 2015. Been about 2 years now, coached hundreds of players, met a lot of them at various tournaments, and helped some of them achieve their goals and dreams qualifying for the Pro Tour. Not everyone was able to do that, but I've been thinking about all the things that I've learned, and I wanted to share that with you today as I'm back in Noni Farms Road on the Big Island, Hawaii, Red Clay Road here. Some seclusion time, some time for deep thinking. I was here a year ago, some time for really deep reflection on what I've been doing and how it's been going and how it's going to go. So I want to talk about a lot of the things that I've learned from MTG training, the Magic Mastermind, and also my plans for the training and for the group. So I really got into this. Yeah, and I mean, this is for you guys who, this isn't like strictly an infomercial or anything. Like, I want to share useful things for those of you guys who coach and those of you guys who want to learn faster and those who also want to know what's going on in my life, right? I'm going to pull these lessons out and apply them to, whether you're a serious Magic player or not. But, 2015, I had my social media shitstorm. Kind of got blacklisted in my industry, cut from Channel Fireball, and hey, turned out to be really a blessing in disguise because I hired a business coach, Alex Vitkin at Daily Business Hustle. You should check that out if you're into that stuff. And he said, why aren't you coaching players? So I started coaching right then, and it's grown into this really awesome big group. I didn't see it at the time, but like there was this big hole in the market where no one was offering coaching services, and there's a lot of people who wanted it. So I was able to come in and kind of swallow up the market while everyone else was going to all these tournaments. And then I started going and grinding to all these tournaments again, which was really key to the growth of the group, and that was key to meeting a lot of the people in person, and then meeting a lot of the other coaches. Donald Smith, he has some announcements, moving on to some big things after Worlds, but he qualified for Worlds. He helped him become platinum, helped Ben Friedman become gold, helped me become gold. It's been really satisfying helping these coaches as well. And that's the first thing that I want to share, is the thing that I learned from this is like, if you want to make a difference, it should be bigger than you. It should be a team effort, right? There's only so much I can do. I don't know every deck. I can't tutor everyone on every deck. I can't be at every tournament. I don't have the time to watch everyone play all the time. It's just not possible. And it's also would be arrogant for me to think that I could do it all alone and I could do it all by myself and that I could do the best service by myself. The main thing that I really learned from this is that you want to do big things, you should make it a team effort and get other people invested, hire people, pay people money to help you. And it's not just about the money, but share a vision, an idea, a goal, a concept of how to help people. And if people want to help and they also get paid, that's pretty cool too, right? And I wanted to, and then the team aspect is like all the amateurs, seeing everyone help each other, and it's especially necessary for something like Magic where there's a million decks, there's so many different strategies. It helps to have 100 people in the group with, 5 people will play this deck and 3 people play that deck, and people are able to get feedback from each other, help each other while I'm sleeping on a decks that I don't even know how to play or exist, right? So that's been a big revelation for me, especially the way that I see future businesses, because I have my game shape business and I have my self-development business. These are a lot smaller than the mastermind, and I'm working on growing them, but I know that in order to do it, the first thing I need to think about is actually who I'm going to hire, right? Like, I need to think about who's going to be in the organization, how the team's going to run, right? So for those of you who want to do well in Magic, you want to have a team. It doesn't have to be the mastermind. For those of you who want to do well in online business or in business, you need to have good people around you, right? You want to succeed as a basketball player. You have to have a good team, be on a good team, right? You can't do it alone. It's absurd to think like, I want to do it alone so I can hoist it all myself, or I want a bad team so I can be the star. Like, no, you know? And that also brings me to the future of the group. I'm not sure on this. This is an idea. It's not a hard commitment. Once I make hard commitments, I tend to follow through, but I don't know after this year what I'm going to do with Pro Magic. And one of the reasons is I don't know if I'm going to be qualified, right? It's hard to hit gold. I don't know if I'm going to do it again. I've been skipping a lot of tournaments, so we'll see. I'm also drained from all the travel, and also a lot of you saw my video on why I stopped grinding Magic tournaments in the first place. It's a bucket list thing. It's not a forever lifestyle goal of mine. So, you know, I don't want to do it forever. So, but I want to keep helping people. So part of my goal this year is actually to, on tour, I'm going to be meeting other pro players and recruiting them as coaches. That's a lot of what I'm going to do. Is my major goal this year on the pro tour actually is to recruit coaches for the mastermind, because I know that if I'm gone or I'm not playing in 2018 or in 2019, I want it to be able to run without me, you know. I want it to exist if I get hit by a car, right, and die, just because I want it to continue. I want to continue to help people after that's it for me, right? So that's a lot of what I've been thinking about. And it's good for me to share those plans. What else have I learned? Another thing I've learned is you definitely can't help everyone, or not everyone's going to succeed. We got another car coming here, right? Like, I'm not sure exactly. I think like 300 people have come into the mastermind, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. I've trained 300 people. More if you count, a lot more, thousands if you count the ebook and the videos series. But you know, a half dozen guys have qualified for the Pro Tour. You know, a couple dozen have won their PPTQs, cash GPs and stuff like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. But you know, I need to be okay with realizing that like not everyone can win. It's really hard to do. Two people in the mastermind paired up against each other in the finals, like, you know, it's we've seen a lot of people win and have good results, but a lot of people still don't. And I need to be okay with that like not everyone that we train is going to be able to succeed. And sometimes if people fail themselves, sometimes you fail them, fail to deliver. So one thing that's really helped with that though is being, and this is something that I've learned too, being pickier about your clients who you work with. Oh, definitely when I started, it's true, I was desperate when I started, really. Like, I had no income stream, I spent most of my money, I was sleeping on a couch. Really, it's like, yo, I'll train anyone, you know. But now, one thing I learned is like, it's actually a lot better if you're really selective. So now it's like, if someone can't make it to tournament, doesn't have tournaments on their schedule, has never played in a tournament, then very likely I'm not gonna coach you, because I don't know that I can help, right? Like, I don't want, you're not necessarily gonna follow through on your end, and then I failed you, right? So I've been able to at least improve my percentage of people who I help achieve their goals by being pickier about who I work for. So that's a cool thing that I've learned from that. Let's see, what else have I learned from 2 years of coaching? I think those are the big things. Those are the big things. And I kind of gave you an idea of the future of what we're doing as well, and some of my side ventures or other projects that I'm working on. But it's been great. You know, I want to thank all the coaches we've had and everyone who's come through. It's been a hell of a ride, a hell of a learning experience. Okay, one other thing that I learned. Being a good player doesn't make you a good coach. Being a good coach doesn't make you a good player, right? So, I mean, part of being a good coach is being responsible, being on time and showing up and following through And you know, those things apply to being a good player, but a lot of it's a different skill set. You know, part of being a good coach is listening and so on. So that's been interesting to see as well. It's like, just because you're good at something doesn't necessarily make you automatically good at teaching it. And just because you're good at teaching something doesn't necessarily make you good at playing it. Although in general, the better you are, the more knowledge at the least, the better you're gonna be at teaching. But it's not a hard and fast rule. More cars up here. I can hear something. So that's that. You know, I'm curious to hear what you think. If you've been in the group with me, or you've gone through my training, how you feel about it, that would be cool to hear as well. I would appreciate that. And you know, again, this is not meant to be an infomercial, but if you are interested in the coaching, there's a link to that. If there's not a link to it below, it's mtgtraining.com/mastermind. You can apply. Again, application, because I've just found that it's better to try to help people who I can definitely help rather than anyone. So, and then, yeah, lots of other stuff. Again, another thing, I'd be interested in hearing feedback if you made it all the way to the end, because I'm really looking to expand in 2018, 2019, my services. If you're interested in another sort of coaching and training, what is it? And again, you know, to start, it may be just me, but the vision is absolutely not to have a team to deliver, a team of coaches. What would you be most interested in? Physical training, game shape, online business. Although for that, I feel like for the most people, I just refer you to the Daily Business Hustle, which I'm in. Although I have my own ideas, and I'd be definitely, I see that being more one-on-one coaching, or lifestyle / self-development. Interested to hear. So let me know in the comments, and have a good week. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone who's been with me. Got a lot to share. Learned a lot, and I'm gonna learn a lot more and share a lot more. So appreciate you. Much love, and look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments. Peace.